$100.
I love that you have your talk show on a couch.
Yes.
This is, you know what I was going to wear, actually? I have I got gifted a quilt outfit or a crochet outfit. So I was going to wear a crochet outfit and be the quilt on the couch. But the devil inside of me came out instead.
Monét Talks. Oh my God, listen, only a few more chances to see me. I'm going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina these dates, and I'm going to be coming to Rochester in the fall. So I'll see you, Raleigh, very soon. In Rochester, I'm going to see you in the fall, girl, when it's nice sweater weather. I can't wait. Monét Talks. Everybody come sit down, let's have a chat. Monét Talks. Living life gossip, chop it up, this or that. Monét Talks. Get comfortable, cause you on the show. We just wanna know where you been, who you been with. Monét Talks.
Well, she was 3 hours late. But thank God, because she can't. You look stunning.
Quit it some more. No, really, quit it some more. We have time.
It's a very beautiful Kelly Mantle. Hi, Kelly.
I am so excited to be here.
I'm very happy you're here. You know what I realized? We have never, ever spent...
Kikiing.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. Well, actually, we did on the Lady Bunny. What was the name of y'all's podcast?
Ebony and Irony, but that was digital.
Exactly.
It was like for real.
We were promoting the Browns, and we had a kiki there for a minute. But no, we've never kikied in person before.
I know. Well, did you ever live in New York? No.
No. I lived in Chicago right after college, and I did theater in Second City and stuff like that there. And I literally, the cold was so brutal.
Girl,
the public transportation was so brutal.
No, I heard Chicago has nice public transportation. Is that a I've never lived there, so I don't know. That's probably a myth, huh?
It's public transportation. I came out to LA. I got my convertible. I was like, this is the vibe, honey.
Yes.
Take me to LA.
Wait, so how long have you lived in Los Angeles?
I've lived here for 392 years. I'm older than Cher. Cher and I have been down in Malibu about the same amount of time.
Well, you live in Malibu?
No.
Oh, what to say? Oh, girl, she is rich, honey.
No.
I would love to. Well, I shot a music video one time, and they swore we were right next to Cher's house, and yes, it was a mansion. But I was like, I feel like Cher would have a very nice mansion. This was this is like splitting hairs. It was like a shitty mansion. I'm like, there's nowhere Cher lives in that. Cher has to have the most ridiculous, outlandish, crazy mansion.
Gorgeous.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yes, it is gothic. Everything is gothic. There's tons of what are those called? Gargoyles.
Gargoyles. Oh, gargoyles.
What was that woman on the TV show? Gargoyles.
Yes, I just know what you're talking about. I forget.
God will come and take you down.
Gargoyles, the sidekicks, everything's ungodly. Get them out of my house. In Jesus' name, I pray.
Yes. Do you know I ran into her in CBS in Beverly Hills one time? Not. Yes, I did. And I started singing and screaming, gargoyles.
Girl, the gays probably scream that shit at her all the time.
Know. She was like, hi.
And for all you young Gen Z kids that have no idea what that is, look up the God Warrior on YouTube.
Yes.
First of all, I have had it in drag numbers. It has been in so many drag numbers. It is one of my favorites. She was a woman. She was on Wife Swap.
I think Delta does a wonderful number to it. It's absolutely hilarious.
So good. Which Delta is one of your old time. Y'all are good. Y'all are good. Y'all are drag sisters. Like, who are your drag sisters?
Honey, we are good Judys. It's the LA girls. We've all kind of come up through the pipelines together. You know, Tammie Brown is my BFF. We've been BFFs long before Drag Race was even in existence.
Okay.
So she's definitely my BFF. But all of us, Delta, Morgan, Raven, Raja, Willem, all of us, LA girls. We've all, been doing, we've been stomping the pavement there at 7969 Peanuts and Yukon Mining Company for years, honey.
What the fuck is Yukon Mining Company?
Oh, honey, it was the only pickup spot after hours.
Really? Oh, you know who told me this? Cosmo, Queen of Melrose told me about Yukon Mining Company.
I've known Cosmo for years.
Really?
I'm so glad she's getting her flowers.
Oh my God,
honey.
she was on the show.
Her.
I was like, she wanted.
I watched the episode. So good.
She wanted me and her to go to the Tigo bar here in North Hollywood. It's called Cypress.
Oh, the Tiki Bar?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Is it?
Vicky Vox, Detox, and me and Detox's roommate, Lori Blitz, went one night. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so cute.
After we were at the episode, she's like, girl, you need to come with me. You need to go to the Tiki Bar. I was like,
have cigarette. I love her.
I love it. It was such a good time.
You know, my character in Trixie and Katya Live, Santi, is a little based on Cyndi Lauper and Cosmo.
Miss Cosmo.
Yes.
Oh,
That's kind of,
love.
I got some influence from Cosmo for Santi.
Which obviously you were brilliant in that show. It was such a surprise. I saw the preview show.
I'm sorry.
No,
you saw the one at the El Portal here in LA.
Portal, but I saw it again later on. I saw the preview one, and I saw it later on in the tour.
So you saw when it was like a little more polished.
That's what all shows are, drag or not. Like the first show is always like the preview show. You're figuring it out.
We were laughing so hard at that El Portal gig because, you're in rehearsals and that's one thing, but then when it gets like, okay, action, and you're having to do all the costume changes and the this and the that and the others, it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And then we went, so we, bussed straight to San Francisco that night and put it on in San Francisco. And then somehow, like, we were there 2 nights, I think. On the second night, it just all came together.
It just all clicks.
It does.
It just all clicks. Yeah. I mean, so you were part of some of the original LA Girls. So when all your sisters were getting on the show, obviously, then were you thinking like, what's wrong with me? Am I broken? Why doesn't RuPaul and the casting agents want me to be on the show? Because Raven had got on, Morgan, all of your girls were on all the earliest seasons. But you and Mayhem were the longest ones taken to get on Drag Race.
Mayhem.
And Mayhem was always a prediction. Every season, even though those fucking lists they would have, she was always like, oh, it's going to be Mayhem this season. It's going to be Kelly Mantle this season all the time.
I know. And Rhea Latre. Why has Rhea never been on?
She's still never been on.
I know.
I don't know.
It's wild.
It is very wild.
Because Ru loves Rhea.
Does he?
Yeah.
It's so hard. I think people say that, but I'm like, Ru is such an enigma. Does he, though? Like, I hear people all the time.
Know.
I hear people saying all the time they are just strolling through West Hollywood and they always see Ru driving it around town with his convertible.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I would die to just see RuPaul just cruising around West Hollywood.
You've heard that story with Willem, haven't you? When Willem was walking down the sidewalk next to World of Wonder and RuPaul drove up in his convertible.
No.
And Ru said something to Willem and Willem's like, fuck you.
No.
Yeah, they had like a whole moment in the car. You have to read about it. It's on Twitter or somewhere.
Oh, God.
It's hilarious. Girl, I love that. It's so amazing. Willem is just stomping around.
Girl, she does not give a fuck.
Around.
Willem does not give a fuck.
No, it's interesting because they actually called, speaking of, both Willem and I to be on season 1.
Oh.
They did. They called us to be on season 1. Mm-hmm. They said that it was going to be like Project Runway meets Real World meets drag competition. So we were all supposed to be living together and doing the competition, and we were going to get to bring a designer friend for.
I've heard this from Raven, so Raven said this as well.
Now, see, that would have been perfect for me because I don't know shit about fashion.
Girl, no, that's not true.
Obviously. Oh, no. Mama, really.
No, it's very gothic and like, listen, black is
That's
always
all
gothic and chic.
That's all I know.
You and Cher and the Gargoyles.
Exactly. That's all I know.
So early Kelly Mantle, I'm trying to figure like, what was your early drag style? Like if you were picking your show number to do at a drag show, like what are you doing? Are you doing Reba? Are you doing
Reba?
Are you doing Patti LaBelle? Are you doing like what is Kelly Mantle performing?
Patti LaBelle. I would love to do Patti LaBelle. Are you kidding? I'm doing Martha Wash, honey.
Ooh.
Right on time.
Yes.
Right
I love me some Martha Wash.
Girl, can I tell you?
What?
Anytime I need a lift in my day, I put on Martha Wash. I'm sorry, but the bitch's voice gives it to me every time, especially her work with Black Box.
Yes.
Everybody, honey.
Well, I was talking to someone the other day. I was like, I think a missed opportunity from Miss Jennifer Hudson. Because, Jennifer Hudson tried to do a pop career.
Did she?
Yes, but she went to R&B. Her songs were like, she had a song called, Don't make me hit you with my pocketbook. Like it was like kind of too poppy. I'm like, she should have went the Martha Wash direction. We need Jennifer Hudson wailing over an EDM
house music,
techno house track.
Yes.
That would have should have been our generation's of Martha Wash, you know?
Yes, that would have been fierce.
That would have been fierce, girl.
Well, she can still do it.
She still can, but I think she's in this talk show thing now. So she's like, she says fuck the music.
I fucking love Martha Wash.
Just like that song Spotlight, because I don't like hoo-hoo, living under you. It was too other Jennifer Hudson. I need to take a pill, a Molly, roll my tits off, and hear you screaming over some beat.
Okay, but can we talk about your music?
Oh,
girl,
what?
Okay, now first of all, I'm gonna say this: the video where you go from the Pope into the car.
Yes,
and then you get into the car, and I'm thinking, okay, she looks fierce, blah blah blah. You turn into Prince. You are giving us Prince vocals.
Yes.
I'm like, work. It's so good.
Thank you
and
so much,
are you
Kelly.
familiar with Michelle Indegliocello? Oh, look
God
up
bless you.
Michelle Look up Michelle Indegliocello. Your vibe and your voice and everything reminds me so much of her. She's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna get into that.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle Indegliocello.
Michelle Indegliocello, honey. She's so good.
That sounds like I'm saying a slur.
I know, right?
Indegliocello.
Well, she's a little like that.
Oh, God.
She's a little combative.
I like my pop divas combative though. Like Chaperone, the kids online.
Honey.
Like they get so like, she's so mean. I'm like, girl, with all these fucking shit out there, I love when the pop stars have a little more bite, a little more edge to them.
Girl, they're going to put on their combat boots
100%.
from Miss Chaperone, honey, and go to war.
100%. I also appreciate the vocal because you are a songstress yourself.
Thank you.
You've been in so you've had what, 4 different bands?
I have had many, many incarnations of music. Yeah, I actually have 4 albums.
4 albums out.
You know, and it's not drag. You know, I mean, I've been influenced by everything. Luckily, I grew up with parents that were so into all different types of music. I would hear Loretta, Dolly, and Patsy Cline and Johnny Cash because I grew up in Oklahoma. My dad loved country, but he also loved Motown and the blues. And I got turned on, and then disco came along. Donna Summer, and I mean, just so much. So everything was infiltrated. Then when I went to college, I got into like the new wave, Boy George and Depeche Mode and The Cure and Yaz, and then Lilith Fair came along, and that's really where my music kind of garnered from, is like the lesbian folk music.
Well, because lesbian folk is having a big. Do you listen to? Are you fans of Muna? They're more like more lesbian, modern lesbian, new age, like folky, which I think
I did. I heard, where did I hear that at? We were on the way to see the Gossip, Beth Ditto, in concert, and my friend was playing Muna in the car.
Love them.
Yeah, it's so good.
I did their podcast. They're also very sweet.
Yeah,
they're very, very, very sweet. So lesbian sound. So I mean, so you're saying your music was really influenced by all those things together. They kind of all came into this amalgamation.
All of it, because when I write my music, it's all written on an acoustic guitar. And then I work with an amazing producer, Steve Phillips, and so I take him the tracks on acoustic guitar or piano. I write some songs on piano.
Do you play?
I do.
Word.
Oh, I love.
Okay, tell me about that. You like from like a kid, like you play piano. So jealous.
Because I lived in a real small town in Oklahoma, born and raised, and it was like a farming religious community. And my daddy was the high school football coach.
Word.
And they knew very early on, that they had a different type of child on their hands. And when I was like, I don't know, like 9 years old, I think, or something, I said, I want a piano for Christmas.
Work.
And bless their hearts, they didn't have much money. And they went out and got me a piano.
That's fair. So they got you an upright piano in your home?
An upright piano, yes.
No, girl, y'all had
like,
some kind of money, girl. An upright piano, that's like $5,000.
No, honey, I think they went bankrupt for it. But they got me that piano because that's the kind of parents I had.
Word.
Yes.
I always say piano is a gateway instrument. Like if you learn how to play the piano from a kid, you will be set up for life. I love it. Guitar a little bit too, but I think piano more so.
Sound of it. Well, what's interesting about that is, I would just play it like I played it, for so long. And then I went to college and discovered Tori Amos.
Who's Tori Amos?
Shut up. Wait, are you serious?
Do you know Tori Amos? I don't know.
Monet, how do you not know Tori Amos?
I know Tori Amos!
All right. Goodbye. It's been great doing the podcast.
No,
Are you
Tori
fucking
Amos.
kidding me, Tori Amos?
No, I don't know who that is.
Monet.
A singer? Piano player?
Excuse me, but can I be you for a while? My dog won't bite if you sit real still. I got the Antichrist in the kitchen yelling at me again. Yeah, I can hear them. Or even her better one is China, all the way to New York. Maybe we got lost in Tori Amos, Mexico. Fucking amazing. She'll sit like this. She sits like spread legged like this, and she'll play a piano and an organ. It's just like, she's amazing.
I love that.
You got to check her out.
Okay, got to get into Tori Amos.
But anyway, she showed me how to play the piano differently than I was playing it.
Got it. And you were a self-taught piano player.
No, I took lessons from Mrs. Morrison, and she always had lipstick on her teeth. I remember that.
Sounds like a drag queen I know.
Who, me?
No.
Who, Bob?
You exactly. Nailed it. I want to talk about some of the band names. You had, because I want to tell me the story about some of these names. You had Sex with Lurch.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Why
Sex with Lurch. It was wonderful band. Robbie Quinn was the lead singer, and it was surf rock. It was surf rock and roll. We played the Troubadour. We played the Roxy.
Word.
We played the Whiskey, honey. We went on tour. We were down in Hawaii, doing a tour down in Hawaii. It was like surf rock.
Surf rock. Was it like Beach Boys-y kind of?
No, it was like psychedelic surf rock. So it's like
Got it.
you know, like
Did you ever dabble into psychedelics? Because I'm a huge psychedelic girl.
Oh, honey.
I'm a big psychedelic fan.
I have dabbled in pretty much everything except the hardcore, like, you know, if it requires needles or something like that, it ain't going to get near me.
Same.
But the mushrooms and the acids.
Yes.
Well,
that's the thing, because, you know, what I found out recently is that in the 70s, a lot of these drugs were made for mind expansion for that. And of course, when people like abuse things and like they had the whole government conspiracy to the war on drugs, yada, yada, yada. But these drugs were, mushrooms were not created. They're from the earth. But LSD specifically was made for mind expansion, to like explore the mind, which I'm a big fan of.
Yes, exactly. I just realized I forgot my rings in my car.
Oh, no.
Mushrooms, honey.
Love a mushroom. My dealer just brought me a bag of like of fresh mushrooms, which I'm going to explore.
Well, why don't we use them?
So here's an idea I have. I want to do an episode of maybe of this show or some rivalry where I do it either on LSD or mushrooms.
With this wood paneling.
I know, it would be crazy,
with this
right?
Wood paneling, we would go right back to the 70s, baby. We would be playing the Bee Gees, honey.
I know. Well, I've always wanted to create, because one thing I think will be interesting too is to eat a bunch of mushrooms and like write music. I feel like that would be, I've never had that experience. I think that would give me a whole new perspective on my musicality and making something really different and fierce for me, you know? But
do you write your music sober?
So, yeah, I write it sober.
I wrote one song sober, and I woke up the next day and listened to it again, and I said, that's the worst thing I've ever written in my life. I will never do that again. Honey, Mary Jane has to show up to my writing sessions. Otherwise, we ain't gonna get no writing done.
Well, you know, I was a big fan of The Devil's Lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, so I know a lot of singers out there who can smoke cigarettes, weed, whatever, and sing like an angel. Shaka Khan, you other queens. When I smoke, I can't sing. So, and I sing during my writing process.
In the writing process.
But I'm still like trying to get I'm coming up with like melodies and stuff. I need to be fully. But so it's just how my body is. My body does not react well to smoke.
Right.
But edibles, I can do edible.
Yeah, edibles. Well, I mean, being an opera singer.
Exactly. I think opera made my voice fucking just weak and feeble because.
Really?
Yeah, because I have all of my friends who do not do opera. They can be out here and smoke and be out doing coke until 5 o'clock in the next morning, and then wake up the next day like nothing happened. I can't. No. I feel like my voice is so sensitive.
I have a very delicate voice. I'm like Jewel, honey. I whisper sing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if I have to do too much, then I can't talk the next week.
Yeah,
it's really true. But so you think opera did that to you?
I feel like it did. But if you have that experience,
you would think it would strengthen it.
No, not for me. But then also, I think I'm just being extra. I think it's just like everyone's instrument is different, and mine is just a little more sensitive.
Do you know John Holiday?
John, you feel up. No, it's John Denver.
John Holiday is an opera. He does opera as well.
No.
Oh, yeah. Look him up. John Holiday. He's amazing. Oh, it's so good. He's like a high tenor because you're a bass, right?
Bass,
I love that.
I'm a bass,
it's so good.
And it's such a, and I love it because of drag too. Like being like done fully up and then singing like a bass aria. People are like,
honey.
what is that? I like that.
And you and Saphira just did something together.
Yes, in New York City at Central Park. I mean, at Lincoln Center.
Lincoln Center.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's amazing. Yeah. I love that.
Okay, so we talked about sex alert. What about the Barbarella tones?
That was like
a
takeoff of Sex with Lurch. So it was kind of like the same people, but just different name or whatever.
And Transcontinental.
Honey, Transcontinental.
Which Rhea and Detox, all of them were in that, right?
It was me and Willem and Detox and Vicky Vox and Rhea Latre. Mama was a part of it at the beginning.
Who's
Charlie
Mama?
Paulson.
Do I know Mama?
Mama was a big staple in Los Angeles. She was a very big name here in Los Angeles. She passed away recently. R.I. Paradise Mama Honey.
Okay.
But yeah, she was a big staple here in L.A. She's actually Willem's drag mother.
Oh, I thought Willem was just born from the primordial ooze. I didn't realize she had a drag mother.
I think Mama gave her up for adoption or left her on the hood of the car a few times, if you know what I mean. You know.
Oh my God.
She's more of like a bastard stepchild. But yes, Mama she claims Mama to be her drag mother. I'm sure Mama didn't claim that. But yeah, it was so much fun. We did mashups of cover songs. Like I did Cherry Bomb by the Runaways, but then I mashed it up with Peaches Fuck the Pain Away.
Word! Peaches Fuck, girl, I love that.
Sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me all the time like Blondie. Check out my Chrissy behind, it's fine all of the time. Yeah. Like sex on the beaches. What else is in the teachers of peaches? Huh? What? Fuck the pain away. Oh, yeah. Fuck yes, girl. Kelly. Fuck yes, honey.
Kelly, I'm obsessed with you. And then your current band name is Rolls Royce.
Honey, that is something Tammie Brown and I did with her friend Michael. We were the Rolls Royces. And let me tell you, our manager got us a gig at MTV Viacom Studios in the middle of the afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yes, girl.
Ugh.
In Santa Monica.
Girl.
On a Friday.
Girl, on a Friday. No.
And we go down there, and I'm thinking, this will probably just be for like 2 or 3 people, and I ain't going to think nothing of it. We get into the elevator. They have little posters of our pictures. The Rolls Royces said, an ice cream social. And we walked into this conference room with like 100 people in it, and they're all sitting there
overhead
in their
lighting?
suits eating overhead lighting, fluorescence on the rooftop.
No.
Honey. And Miss Tammie was stoned out of her gourd. So I don't even know how we got through it.
For some reason, I thought, I was literally talking to someone out there, Jean-Marc. I was like, I thought Tammie was sober. He was like, sober?
Sober?
I thought in my mind Tammie was sober.
I don't think I've ever been around Tammie sober. I don't think I would ever want to be around Tammie sober, honestly. Have you been around Tammie?
I had. Tammie and I did one. I want to get her on the show too. But Tammie and I did one tour together. It was in the UK, and it was her, myself, Bob, Dory, and someone else, and it was a hoot. It was my first time. I seen her on TV. Obviously, I never worked with her, and I was like, I am obsessed. She is such a nutty. She's nutty than squirrel turd.
We've been BFFs for 139 years, and I'm still obsessed with her.
I love her.
I still never know what's going to come out of her mouth, and I never know what she's going to put in anything. You know.
Is that how you got roped into? Not roped into, but you guys started doing.
Oh, it's roped into. If it involves Tammie, it's roped into, honey.
The Browns together.
Yes.
Now, did you write on the Browns as well?
We improv'd.
Right, the whole thing was improv.
The whole thing was improv.
Right.
It was like a Christopher Guest movie or a Curb Your Enthusiasm. Mm-hmm. We would show up and Jean-Marc would give us a scenario and say, okay, in this scene, this and this, you're having a fight about this, action. All the dialogue was improvised.
Well, I meant the scenes. Like, did you have anything to do with the creative of of any of that stuff?
Well, I mean, it all started out just as Tammie called me up, literally wrote me into it and said, what are you doing tomorrow? And I said, I don't know. It depends. And she said, well, I'm working with this new up-and-coming filmmaker named Jean-Marc, so come over and shoot. And I said, what am I supposed to do? She's like, I don't know. So I threw a wig in a bag and some weed and some wine, and I gave over there, and I became Sheila. That's how it all started.
So weed, a wig, and some wine in the back.
Wig and wig and a wine, honey. The three W's. WWW. We got our WWW right here, baby. We're going to throw down. Weed, wig, and wine.
Love that. And then so now it's 2024. You're starting your new talk show, the Kelly Mantle Show. And I have not been asked to be a guest on, but
are you kidding me?
One day it'll happen.
I would love to have you on my talk show. Are you kidding me? We're going to get deep and dirty, honey.
I would love it.
Can I already know what I want to ask you on my talk show. Can I just ask it here?
No,
I want to.
Okay. And well, as long as you give me something else on the show too. I want all
because
the Kelly.
See, my talk show is a little like, it's like, I mean, I've always wanted to do a talk show ever since I was a little kid. And I thought, well, now's better time than any, in these Trumpultuous times, we need as many queer voices out there as
times. I like that.
out
That's
there,
good.
But mine's like a little, I'm like a transvestigator, It's a little Nancy Grace. I like to get into the tea.
Can I tell you, Nancy Grace is with it. I'm so sad that we don't get to experience Nancy Grace on TV anymore. She gave us a great 12 years.
Oh, no. She has another show, and it's on some Christian network, honey.
She's Christian?
Her politics and Christian. Yeah,
no.
all of it. I had to let go of Miss Nancy, honey. No. I know. I had to let go of Miss Nancy. But the spirit stays within me, And so if I had you on my talk show, this is what I would say. I would say, Monet, I understand that you are a fan of Brandy.
Yes.
Every time I drive by Hollywood High, I'm like, hi, how are you? I want to know what was in that note.
Which note?
What was in the note? The note that Whitney gave her on the entertainment thing right before she went and died.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What was in that note? Is Brandy ever going to tell us what was in that note?
Brandy will never tell us. She would never tell us. But if y'all don't know, so right before Whitney passed away, Brandy was on set for E! or someone doing a whole interview. Then
for the Grammys. They were all there for the Grammys. Yes.
And Whitney Houston, I guess she was in the same vicinity, just walks onto
she had like wet hair. She got out of the shower or whatever.
And she's about to get in the bathtub too. And then she walks by and she gives Brandy this note.
And Whitney starts talking to the camera and you see Brandy open it up and she's all like, and she has this like look on her face.
I know.
And then Whitney's all like, talk to you later, girl. And she leaves and dies.
Yes.
And that's when she was dating Ray J.
Yes.
So I wonder if something in that note had to do
Wait. Whitney Houston was dating Ray J?
Yes.
No, Kelly.
Yes. Honey, they were in Google it. Where's the producers? Google it. They were an item right before when she died. Ray J. Isn't that Brandy's brother's name?
Yes, Brandy's brother, yeah.
Yes, and so that's why I wondered all the time, is that note have to do with Ray J?
I guess, I don't know what's going on. I was not.
You didn't know they dated?
Socially aware, pop culture aware that Randy and Ray J were dating.
Is it true?
I mean,
casual relationship.
They was fucking for sure.
They were fucking.
Interesting.
Yes, because they interviewed him when she died and he was in tears and, beside himself as he should be. But yeah, they were an item.
Dating an icon. I can't.
I mean, can you imagine?
Fathom.
What's his name? Married to Mariah?
Nick Cannon.
Thank you.
Were they married or just? Yeah, they were married. Yeah, I think so.
They were married. They have he's got
kids.
like 28 kids.
Girl, he has 13 now. So him and Elon Musk tied.
What is it to be married to someone
that prolific, like that? Like, although, I read Mariah Carey's book. Did you know that she wrote My All about a one night or one weekend fling she had with Derek Jeter?
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
Derek went through the Popstars. He went through J-Lo, Mariah, Madonna.
Went through was hilarious.
Went through. Honey,
wait, Derek Jeter did it. Oh, yeah, he did date Madonna. I remember that.
Madonna for like 2 minutes.
Yes.
Yes.
God.
And Madonna dated, she went out on a date with JFK Jr.
Did she really?
Yes. Well, a couple dates. And she was like, I want to meet your mom. That's when Jackie O was still alive. And JFK Jr. took Madonna up to her penthouse to meet Jackie O. And Jackie O did not like Madonna. And she was not very nice to her.
Word.
And so on the way out, Jackie O had a guest book at the entrance that
people would sign. And
Madonna signed it and said, so great to meet you. Love, Marilyn.
That is so gutsy.
Girl!
Love Meryl.
This is why Madonna will always be queen.
Iconic.
Always be queen.
Okay, this gives me a great idea for my house, but you have to come over. I want to having a guest book that people can.
Yes.
That is such a great.
Isn't that wonderful?
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That's
I love
a great
that. You should
idea.
Totally do that.
Yes.
You should totally do
And
that.
have all like my friends and celebrity divas that come over to the house, sign the name, and put.
What would Bob say? She would probably just leave a booger. Just leave a booger right there in the guest book, baby.
Let's say forever a fan of you, Monét X Change.
I love your relationship.
I love her so much.
I love your relationship.
Is Kelly your Bob? I'm Kelly. Is Tammie your Bob?
Tammie is my Bob.
Yeah,
yes,
100%.
Tammie is my Bob. We've got Trixie and Katya, Monet and Bob, Kelly and Tammie.
Yes.
Yes. Tammie's definitely my Bob. Because I think we're the level-headed ones.
100%. Yeah.
I'm sure they would say different.
I'm sure they will, because they're delusional.
They're delusional.
If you could date a super uber famous celebrity man like that, who would it be? Like, akin to Whitney or Mariah or one of these like.
Oh, God. I mean, I don't even think it would be a man.
No? A woman? No. Okay, who would it be?
It'd be either Madonna or Cher.
Or Cher, Madonna, Cher.
Yes.
I think for me.
I would love to be in a relationship with either one of them.
I would love to be in a relationship with Rihanna.
Oh my God.
I think that would be
yeah.
Fuck, I don't want no fucking man. It will be Rihanna for sure.
Girl, I want you to stay.
Girl, it would be so fun, and she just seems so carefree. It would be
so carefree. And she's like so down to earth.
It would be such a vibe. And I was just saying to someone the other day, like, have you realized like we don't have any male pop stars anymore? Do you realize this?
We really don't.
We don't have, like, the Justin Timberlakes are gone.
Justin Bieber's
gone. Like, there are no
Justin Bieber, honey.
Well, she's been going through. She said a video of her the other day.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Honey, I'm worried.
So I'm worried about her, too.
Someone needs to get her some help.
Yeah. But we don't have any male pop stars.
We don't. We really don't. I mean, when I think of, like, who is there? There's not anyone.
There is that one he performed at the Grammys. Did you watch the Grammys?
Mm-hmm.
Benny Boone, whatever that guy with that.
Oh, yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
He's
but
cute.
I was like, you could tell he had on that stupid blue thing. You could tell some stylist put him in that.
Girl.
He looked uncomfortable. You can tell it's not his vibe, which I don't like. I'm like, give us the real, show us what you really are. I don't need you on stage doing fucking backflips. Like, entertain me,
No. And it's a little crotch coming through, honey.
Girl.
You had to.
And I'm not a size queen, but I'm like, baby, they should have stuffed them pants. They should have put a little something in them pants, girl.
They should have put something in
Just
those
a little something,
pants,
girl. I mean, give us a fantasy. Yeah, we don't have any male pop stars. I can't think of one besides
I really
him.
can't either. I can't either.
Yeah.
I don't think we do. But you know what? It's fine.
Yeah, because women have always dominated the space.
we went through our stages with males, and we see how that worked out.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that we're celebrating only women now, as it should be.
Well, I think the male pop star is going to become obsolete, kind of how groups went away. Like,
right.
Like the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, the 3LW, Destiny's Child. They all, we don't have any groups that are popular either.
I need to see a group come out of Drag Race or a group come out of, a trans group.
I don't think it ever will.
You don't?
I don't think so.
Are you watching the new season?
I am watching the new season. Do you like it?
That's right, because you're on the pit stop. So
yeah.
you watch the new season that way. Oh, so you've probably already seen it.
Do you like? No. I'm only people think I'm only 1 or 2 episodes ahead of you. I'm not that far deep. How are you liking?
Girl.
Is that a good girl or bad girl? I can't tell.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. From episode 1, on your nerve.
See, I didn't know.
Yeah, nerve. It is getting on my nerve that Anya Nerve is not getting the nerve that she deserves. Now, can I just say that?
Bars.
From episode 1.
Bars.
When she walked down that runway, and then she turned around, she saw I'm taking my time. I called it right then. I posted in my story, and I tagged her in it, and we kikied in the DMs. I said, this one.
I didn't know.
Right here.
She snuck up on me for sure.
Did she?
Because I didn't think her promo look was that strong, and I know I'm that gay, but I wasn't super impressed by her promo.
Right.
And to me, in the past scenes we've seen, the girls the dope promos, the Got Mix, the Simones, the Sasha Colbys, the Willow Pills, that is only a telltale sign of who's going to do it decently well. But I will say, from her first design challenge when she made that green thing with the Nefertiti thing, from there I was like, wait a minute.
So good.
from that point on, she's been every week. She's either high or winning the thing.
Yeah.
So she is. I think it's her season to win. 100%.
Exactly. I mean, Corey and Lexi, the personality is just
great personality,
amazing. I mean, of course, like. You're going to follow them beyond the show.
Yes,
because
100%.
they're so entertaining and so amazing. But no, I love Anya. I mean, I haven't seen like the last 2 episodes. I've seen clips from the Snatch Game and stuff. But Anya Nerve is just from episode 1 for me.
What do you think about Miss Susan Toot?
Well, now see, I got in trouble because on my little podcast recently, I couldn't think of her name. I was there with Jinx Monsoon, and I called her Tootsie Scooter, but her name is the Boots. What is it, Bootsy Scoot? What is it? Tootsie Scoot.
Susie Toot.
Susie Toot. Now, that's a hard name to remember. I thought it was the Bootsy Scooter. What was it? Tootsie Scooter. Bootsy Scooter. I think she's going to go to Broadway. She's going to have a fabulous career.
Yeah.
She's going to tap dance on 39th Street and yes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I really can't wait to see her in the Glass Menagerie.
I want to talk about, because this is for someone who has always been curious to me. And I can't believe you work with them when you did Confessions of a Womanizer with Miss Gary Busey.
That's another one that's gone off the deep end. Too. I mean, he was already off the deep end, but he's more off the deep end now.
Well, and it has to be like drugs and alcohol, right?
You know, what's weird about that is you think it would be, and I thought it was too. And he told me it wasn't, because I just asked him in the middle of a take. I said, "Are you on drugs?" And I said, I need to know the answer to this question. And I said, like, you have to be on drugs.
You asked him this like
oh, yeah. We were sitting we shot in a diner and we were sitting there. He was like, and we were in the 2-seater diner booth together. Yeah. And he was sitting right here. And he's like, can I grab your tits? And I said, only if I can ask you a question afterwards. And he's like, okay. And he grabbed my tits. And then he's like, what's your question? I said, you have to be on drugs, right? It's drugs. Like, it has to be drugs.
Yeah.
And he said, no, it's vitamins.
Girl, what, B12? B12 make you act like that? Some melatonin?
He told me it was vitamins.
Bitch.
But we had a ball together because he's a big improviser. He doesn't stick to the script either.
Okay. And, I mean, he can't remember what the fucking script is. Of course he can't script
he wouldn't remember anyway.
Yeah.
And sometimes, listen, like I've said on my podcast, if you're doing Harold Pinter, if you're doing Shakespeare, whatever, stick to the script. But if it is a poorly written script, which this was, you got to add your own flair to it and come up with some of the dialogue for the producer, director, writer on their indie budget.
Yeah, I feel that.
And you're like, you're welcome. And Gary did the same thing. And so we would go off on these takes. And there was one point where he had laid me down on the table and his crotch was over my face and he was doing squats on my face with his crotch.
I thought that thing probably stank.
SAG-AFTRA.
Where was your intimacy coach for that? Which I've heard of these intimacy coaches now. I think I've done one thing post.
Oh, what was it?
What did I do? What show was it? Oh, when they were on set for Survival of the Thickest season 2.
Oh, okay.
And there was a scene where it wasn't involving me, but someone else with an intimacy coach had to be there. And I was like, thank God we have that now. But I think of like all like the people like you and all these people who did things before intimacy coaches. You just kind of have to just raw dog and let someone like. I mean, I've never had to film a sex scene, but people who, or anything sexual, but people who say it is, y'all, it's never feels sexual in the moment because you're making television. Like, yeah.
See, I come from the theater. And so in theater, you just go with the general rule that anything goes. Anything goes.
Sutton Foster, amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just go with the flow that anything goes. And so when I get on a TV and film set, I'm like, you want to stick your crotch in my face? Sure, that's fine. I don't care. Like, as the character, I'll go anywhere you want me to go. But that's why it was good to do TV shows with Willem. We did several gigs together because Miss Willem was like Norma Ray on set, with the SAG-AFTRA card going, we get extra for this, we get extra for this, we get this and this.
Willem will advocate for herself, girl. She don't give a fuck.
So she understood all those rules and regulations. I never really cared. I was like, you want to make out with me? Let's make out. I don't care.
And I mean, and you made history on that movie because you got nominated for Best Support, or the producers wanted to put you up for Best Supporting and Actor.
Yes.
Work.
Yes, it was the first time that the Academy of Film and Sciences and Arts and Library of Congress had ever heard of anyone wanting to be considered in both the male and female supporting actor roles. So I took it upon myself, along with the producers, to show up to the round table to have this discussion for the first time. So, listen, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I love when people say I was nominated for it. I wasn't nominated. I won, actually. I beat Meryl Streep that year. But I did get to show up and share some non-binary language with them for the first time in hopes that it would open their minds and eyes to, more diversity in their award system. And this was even before, the conversation started about, people of color or anyone, being, nominated or whatever. And so, it was an interesting moment. And I was hoping it would also bring more light and opportunities to non-binary and trans people in TV and film, because we need more representation, especially right now. And I feel like it's decreasing and it needs to actually be increasing.
100%.
And Frankie Grande recently gave a speech for the casting directors to reach out and start putting more non-binary and trans people in TV and film.
Like, I don't understand what the fucking problem is.
Girl.
Like, at this point, you think that, it's fucking Hollywood. Everyone in Hollywood is if you are in Hollywood, you throw a rock, you're meeting someone with a queer experience. Like, just have more of us in the thing, Well,
it's the whole world. I mean, it's the whole world, I don't know. I mean, I know that we're fascinating, but the obsession is a little creepy.
It is a little creepy, right?
So get over it. And let us live our fucking lives.
Yes.
And stop being a fucking creep.
I also wonder too, I mean, I don't think it will ever happen, but do you think there would be like a you have best actor, best actress, and there'll be best... Well, I don't know what a non-binary...
I always say, I wish there were enough roles out there that would warrant that.
Yeah.
I wish there were enough lead roles out there that would warrant its own category, because I think that would be amazing and wonderful.
So too. Yeah.
But unfortunately, there aren't enough lead roles out there to warrant that to be its own category, and that's the whole point. Create more of those.
Yeah.
And then we can have our own category.
Also, stop recreating everything. Like, I feel like I see so many...
Oh, my God.
Like, girl, where's the imagination? Like,
honey,
where is the imagination? Everything is just...
redoing Little House on the Prairie, honey.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, I mean, that was done in like the 50s? We could...
the 1950s.
Or 70s, I think.
Girl, it wasn't the 1950s.
I didn't know.
Leave it to Beaver.
But this is another one I thought too. Like they also, Hollywood right now is obsessed with live action. And again,
yeah. I mean, it's just like Broadway. I mean, because they know that they have to, it's the dumb downers. The only thing they'll buy tickets to.
Yeah, and it's like a built-in thing. And I will say, and I'm complaining about it, but I'm part of the problem because they're doing a live action How to Train Your Dragon, one of my favorite fucking movies. And
Really?
Exactly, this is why they do it.
When are they doing that?
It's coming out this summer, like in June.
What?
Girl, I'm so excited to see Hiccup and Midnight.
Who's in it?
I don't know the kid name, but I went to go see something the other day, and they had like a little preview of it.
No.
And it looks so good.
Oh, I bet that's going to be good.
And they have 3 movies coming. You know what I mean? Because there's 3. Right. So they know that me and all. When I said that, everyone in this room just fucking lit up. So that's why they do it.
Well, I think there's certain things like that you can, and especially if it's a live action.
Yeah.
But then there's certain things that just don't need to be touched.
Lion King. Making Lion King live action was diabolical. And I'm not speaking for Kelly. I love Beyonce, okay?
Girl, I love Beyonce.
Yes.
That Vegas concert with the 3 stools is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
With the R, when she did...
Yes.
Reverend, whatever.
All the single ladies, it's right around the time that came out.
Uh-huh.
3 stools and the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
My
Sorry.
man made me go see The Lion King because he's a big Lion King person. I am not a big cartoon person.
Got it.
And so I went to the movie theater with him to be the dutiful wife, you know, and do my wifely duties. And Beyonce's performance was something else. And then, but I did think the guy that runs across the street and yells at everyone, what's his name?
Billy Eichner.
Yes.
As Simone.
He was cute.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
But I did cry at the end, I will say.
Yeah, man.
Teared up, not cried.
Yeah, teared up. Yeah, very big, very important distinction.
Yeah.
Are you, so you're, I know you have a long-term partner. You guys are married as well?
Well, I mean, we're not technically, see, I left my rings in the car. I wish I would have remembered my rings. But I took them off on the way here because...
Just in case you got stopped by a police officer?
No, because...
Officer, what do you mean?
Put powder on my hands. But anyway, we are not technically married, but we have been together long enough that we feel like we're married.
Got it.
I'm not much of the marrying type.
Why?
Honestly. Well, it's all kind of based in religion, and I'm not a real big religious person.
Got it.
You know, I think it's all a crock of shit. So,
yeah,
I'm a kind of an independent woman.
I feel that.
You know, that's what I love about our relationship. We are two very independent people that are together.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Can I ask where y'all met?
We actually met, our first date was the Marine Ball. He's
a Marine.
He is a Marine, yeah.
Hot.
And he was stationed down in Albany, Georgia at the time. And this was at the same time that people were asking like Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian and people to go to the Marine Ball with them. Not putting myself on that level by any means, but he reached out to me online and said, would you be my date to the Marine Ball?
Oh my God, that's so fucking cute.
And I was like, that is fucking adorable. And this was right around the time in Trump's first roll around in the White House that they had just put a trans ban on the military. So I thought, well, I'm going to show up and show out, you know, as one would. And I showed up there to the Marine Ball at Albany, Georgia, in full regalia, and I felt like Jackie O. And I did not realize that he was such an important, like, sergeant position or whatever and stuff.
And he's out and open and everything. It's like, wasn't...
Well, this was his first experience with anyone that was, you know, of the queer experience. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So it's been new to him. It's been new to his family. It's been new to his friends. And he is one of the bravest men I've ever met in my entire life for navigating this the way he has.
Beautiful.
And that just proves that love is love, because when you fall in love, there ain't no denying it, honey. There ain't no denying it.
Bitch, you gonna make me cry here,
yes,
Kelly. That's so
girl.
beautiful.
I'm telling you.
I fucking love that.
And that's what I'm telling you, all these people in office right now sitting there saying stupid shit like they're alpha males and they're this and they're that. I'm like, y'all haven't met my daddy and y'all ain't met my man. Because those men right there, that's what it takes to be a man.
Yeah.
So y'all ain't shit, you know? Y'all ain't shit.
I love that. It's so beautiful.
I'm telling you.
Honestly, like, I hear something like that, and like, that was like, as a young little gay Monet, I was like, that's gonna be my fantasy. I'm gonna meet some man who's gonna take me to the ball. Is gonna be that thing. And I'm very happy with my partner. I love my partner, but I think as a young little queer little gay boy, that was always like my fantasy. What you're describing sounds so beautiful.
I think it was all of our fantasies. I know for me, you know, I would always play with my Barbies, and G.I. Joe was always their boyfriend. It was never, Ken was like their BFF. You know? I'd have G.I. Joe be their...
Oh yeah, because G.I. Joe was straight. You know? Ken was always a fag.
Yeah.
Ken was a fag girl.
So it was always my fantasy to meet my G.I. Joe. You know,
the amount of Kens I saw on that boat doing GHB, girl, a million Kens, honey.
What,
girl?
GHB? What is that,
girl? GHB? I don't dabble in the GHB because
what is that?
So I think it's a date rape drug.
A date rape drug.
And you take it. It's a liquid, and you take it instead of drinking because you feel drunk, but you don't have the hangover. But that's one of those things. Those guys are like out on the thing, and you have to like measure it. You have to put a timer on your phone.
No.
I'm like, girl, who has time for that when you just trying to have
a timer on your phone?
Yeah, because like if you don't take it at the right time, you could it's like a whole chemistry to it.
No. know.
I know. It's too complicated. I would
Y'all,
never.
listen, I'm telling you, this is a PSA from Kelly Mantle's. Weed is really strong nowadays. Smoke a fucking sativa and chill the fuck out. That's all you need, honey. When I smoke a sativa, I'm like, boom, 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 boom.
Really? I feel like all weed makes me tired.
Really?
I think so.
No.
Maybe I'm not smoking the right strains, but
No, you gotta get the Pacific. What's it called? Pacific Stone, honey.
oh, is that the name of the strain? Pacific Stone.
Yes, a
Okay, I'm gonna remember
sativa,
that.
baby.
Okay, because they say hybrids are. So sativa's an upper, indica's a downer, but they say hybrids is kind of supposed to be an upper.
I don't like hybrids because it has too much indica in it.
Too much indica.
Yeah, so then you're just gonna melt into the cow.
Yeah. This is a couch off of the Facebook Marketplace, honey.
Was it really?
She was $100.
I love that you have your talk show on a couch.
Yes.
This is, you know what I was gonna wear actually? I have I got gifted a quilt outfit or crochet a crochet outfit. So I was gonna wear a crochet outfit and be the quilt on the couch. But the devil inside of me came out instead.
Kelly, this has been so fun having you here on the show.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing.
I'm so happy that we got to hang out and kiki and talk and kakai.
Let's do it some more.
Yes. When are you going to invite me onto your show? I'm going to ask you on camera so you can't say no.
Honey, we're shooting. You're on the next episode.
Great.
Booked.
Busy.
Bothered.
And blessed. Y'all, big shout out to Kelly Mantle for being here. I love you so much. This was a great conversation. Thank you. And make sure y'all go over to Kelly's YouTube to watch The Kelly Mantle Show.
The Kelly Mantle Show, a podcast executive produced by our dear friends Trixie and Katya, my boss ladies for many years.
Work.
And Studio 71 and everyone here at PEG. And yeah, it's a good time. I mean, we just, we get down deep, we laugh, because laughter is life's lubricant.
I heard about a thing that couldn't air, which I thought was so funny. Y'all need to put it on on a thing.
What?
About the prank you did on Jinx.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Shit.
That's going to be for the Patreon.
Oh, the Patreon.
Because we're getting ready to start a Patreon.
Word.
I don't even know what that is, but we're getting ready to start one. So y'all catch me on the Patreon. What is a Patreon? Am I getting into something?
Yeah, no, we're going to have a Patreon. Patreon is where you put some content behind a paywall. So we're going to see you have to pay a little extra for it.
What's a paywall?
Like when you put money behind, like pay-per-view. Like that's content behind a paywall. You know what I mean? Basically. www. Weed, wine, and wig. Wigs,
wine, and weed.
Yeah, so if y'all, when they start that Patreon, go out there and watch. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Oh, did you see that?
I heard it, but I got a play-by-play of all of it. It sounds great.
Jinx was not ready for that.
Girl, Joel drinks monsoon. And y'all, once again, I'm your girl Monet. Thank you so much for singing on by the couch. And we'll see you next week for more Monet Talks. Mwah.
Monét Talks.